Hey everybody, I'm back with a new Southern California housing market update where we're going to be taking a look at some of the most recent data and statistics for 4 of the major counties here in Southern California and discussing what's currently going on in the housing market. I've been seeing a lot of doom and gloom about the housing market recently, where people are discussing prices falling and a potential housing market crash. But we're really not seeing that here in Southern California. A lot of times when you hear those people talking, they're referring to other markets in other states. And it's really important to realize that the housing market is extremely local. And while prices may be declining in some areas of the country, in others, home values have remained strong like they have here in Southern California. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in this area, feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. My name is Tim Hamilton. You can find all of my contact information in the description below, or you can call the phone number on the banner here to get a hold of one of us that way as well. So let's go ahead and get into it here. And what we're looking at is data from InfoSparks, which gets all of their information from the the California Regional Multiple Listing Service. And we're starting here with the median sales price. And so looking at Orange County, this is for single-family homes, condos, and townhomes. So in Orange County, the median home price rose to $1.2 million in January 2026, which is exactly where it was at the same time last year. In San Diego County, it was $895,000, which was 1.2% higher than a year ago. In Los Angeles County, $875,000, which was down 0.5%. And in Riverside County, it was at $604,000, which was down 1.1%. So overall, home prices really relatively unchanged from where they were a year ago. And you can see that on a month-over-month basis, Orange County saw a pretty substantial uptick, while most of the other counties were flat or slightly down. Then moving on here, we're going to look at the number of new listings in January. So this is the total number of homes that came on the market in the month of January 2026. In Orange County, there was 2,202, which was 10% less than a year ago. San Diego County had 3,000 new listings, down 11% from a year ago. Los Angeles County had 6,433 new listings, down 6.9%. And Riverside County had 3,471 new listings, down 9.2% from a year ago. So overall, slightly less new listings hitting the market this year. And so that is contributing to less supply on the market. And when you have less supply on the market, that tends to be an indicator of a stronger market for sellers because buyers have less options to choose from. Then looking at the total number of active listings. So this is the total number of homes on the market in the county at the end of January. In Orange County, there was 3,770, which is down 5.9% from a year ago. In San Diego County, 4,476 homes on the market, down 19.7% from a year ago. Los Angeles County, 13,064, down 1.6%. And in Riverside County, 8,264, down 8.5%. So again, we had less homes coming on the market, so that is contributing to less active listings sitting on the market at any given time. And again, when you have less supply, that's something that typically works in favor of sellers, keeping home prices higher and contributing to a more competitive market for buyers. Now looking at pending sales, so this is the number of homes that went into escrow during January 2026. In Orange County, there's 1,195, down 19% from a year ago. San Diego County, 1,705, down 0.4%. Los Angeles County, 2,497, down 21.9%. And Riverside County at 1,752, down 9.2%. So we have less homes, but at the same time, we also have less buyer demand than what we had a year ago. So it's interesting, rates just dropped a little bit over the past week. So it's possible that lower mortgage rates will bring out some additional buyers that have kind of been sitting, waiting to see what's going to happen with mortgage rates. When rates drop, we typically do see a little boost in buyer demand as a result of that. And then now we're looking at closed sales. So this is the total number of homes that closed escrow in the month of January. And this is really an indicator of what buyer demand was in December, because a typical escrow period is about 30 days. So in Orange County, there was 1,153 closed sales, down 4.5%. San Diego County had 1,337, down 9.6%. Los Angeles County at 2,620, down 4.6%, and Riverside County at 1,522, down 6.2%. Next up, we have the month's supply of inventory. And so this is a measure of, if no new listings hit the market, how long would it take all of the homes currently on the market to sell at today's current demand readings? And so the lower this number is, that means the market is hotter, more in favor of sellers. And as this number moves higher, that means the market is moving back in favor of buyers. So in Orange County, we're at 2.3 months, which is 4.2% lower than January last year. San Diego County also at 2.3 months, 20% lower than the same time last year. Los Angeles County at 3.5 months, unchanged from a year ago. And Riverside County at 4.1 months, which is 6.8% lower than it was last year. So this is giving us an indication that the market is slightly hotter for sellers than it was in January of last year. So maybe slightly more competitive if you're a buyer out there looking, slightly higher chance that you may run into multiple offers and bidding wars. And then the last one we're going to take a look at here is the median percent of the original list price received. So, if you list a home for $1 million and it ends up selling for $980,000, then that is 98% of the original list price. And so right now in Orange County, that is at 97.7%, which is down 0.9% from a year ago. San Diego County, 98.2%, down 0.5%. Los Angeles County at 98.2%, which is down 0.9%. And Riverside County at 97.6%, which is down 0.6% from a year ago. So despite the fact that we have the month supply of inventory indicating that the market is slightly hotter, this number is actually telling us that, as a median, kind of almost on average, home sellers are actually getting a slightly lower percentage of their original list price than they were at the same time last year. And this could just be because sellers are overpricing slightly compared to what they were doing last year. If they've been seeing home prices going up, and so they're expecting to get more money than what their neighbor sold for a few months ago. But at this time, home prices are relatively flat, so that may not necessarily be the case. So if you are thinking about selling, it is extremely important to be very smart when you price your home. You want to price it very close to what the most recent sales in your neighborhood sold for. Of course, adjusting for condition and location and all of those things. But if you start overpriced, there's a very good chance that you're going to sit on the market. You're not going to get that many showings, and you're not going to get any strong offers. So it is extremely important to speak with somebody who can help you come to a good starting list price, because that is how you have the most success when you're selling your home. So if you are thinking about selling and you're curious what your home might sell for in today's market, feel free to reach out to me. We offer free home valuation reports where we can show you the most recent sales in your neighborhood and help you adjust for those factors that your home may have, such as, better upgrades, better location, and really figure out what a good starting list price would be. And so if you are thinking about buying and you have questions, or you're just curious, what kind of homes are in your price range, you can also reach out to me. I'd be happy to send you some of the listings that I think you would be interested in, and we can schedule a time to go take a look at some of them in person. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you like to stay up to date on the housing market, please like this video and subscribe, as I will continue to post more videos as the year progresses.